You good? Well, I guess this wonderful lady, she doesn't need an introduction. I guess you guys know who she is. So today I'll be interviewing my wonderful, beautiful wife, Miss Robinson. Well, Mrs. Robinson, I beg your pardon. Yeah. Yeah, so basically we're just going to speak about the coronavirus, how it affects us, how it affects our family and stuff like that. So without any further ado, I'll just go straight into the question. Or maybe I could say, can you introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Corlette Robinson. As you all know, as he said before, we're going to speak about the coronavirus that is affecting China. As a matter of fact, it's affecting the whole wide world, but most of it is happening in Wuhan, as we know. We are affected by it as well because we are in China, but in our province it's not so widespread as in other provinces. So we are very thankful for that. So as he said, let's get into the questions and I'm ready to answer.
Yeah, so your interview start off good. Alright, first thing I want to ask, how you manage?
Well, for the past 2 weeks, we are inside, locked inside. It's very dangerous outside, so we mostly stay in. It's very boring. The baby sometimes gets very miserable. We ourselves get miserable because just imagine just being locked in as if you're in a prison. We can go outside, but it's dangerous, so it's best for us to stay inside and be safe. So we're just being on the safe or staying on the safe side. So maybe in a matter of days or two, we might feel a little bit comfortable to go out and look what is happening for a little minute and come back in just to get some fresh air. But for now, it's just basically inside, so it's hard coping.
Alright, so you're 100% spot on where that is concerned. And what I want to ask you, like, would you rather to be here now or would you want to go home? With whatever is happening right now.
With what is happening right now, a lot of people keep asking that question and they are like saying, why don't you go home, why don't you come home? But just to shed a little light on that, it's really difficult to leave China right now. A lot of the borders are closed to begin with. And another thing, leaving your apartment, your house, wherever you live, to go to the airport, to get into a taxi, to go on a flight with people who has this virus, it is very, very scary. And it's very dangerous because you don't know who is carrying this disease, or this virus, I should say. And there is a 14-day gap where people don't really show the sign of this virus. And it's, according to scientists, at that time you cannot really get it from a person, but you just have to be on the safe side. So staying inside and just keeping yourself safe is the best idea right now. Going on a flight is not an option. It's very scary and it's very risky.
Yeah, thank you for that. And I must say I share the same sentiment where that is concerned also. People keep asking me, yo, how are you guys doing with food and stuff like that? So I guess the big chef here, the wonderful, beautiful, lovely, the best chef in the world, she will speak on that for us.
Well, where food is concerned, it is not a problem because the supermarkets are really stocked. There's a fruit store, a fruit and vegetable market store, actually just right behind our apartment where we can get fresh fruits and vegetables. And we can get ground provision from their supermarket. The last time I went there, which was about 2 weeks ago, it was very stocked. And people were actually stocking the shelves because a lot of people were there buying. Food is not a problem. The problem is going outside to get the food. And we can actually go outside and get the food. We just have to be precautious of how we go out. So wearing the gloves, wearing our mask, covering my eyes. Tavi's not very keen on that and I'm very worried about that part because he doesn't like to cover up. But wearing your mask, covering, because now we understand that this virus can spread from your eyes, so it's dangerous as well. So covering yourself properly and taking all the precautionary measures, it is very important when you're going outside. So where food is concerned, we're not lacking food, we're not lacking water because the water came straight to our door. It's just going outside, we are scared. If you look outside, even now, you might see people walking on the street coming from the stores, they're buying whatever, but we are just scared of going outside. And with the disease spreading rapidly, we wouldn't be scared.
Alright, so she is saying everything that you guys want to hear. But I have this question to ask. Being that there are so many, we have food in the house, right? Um, but sometimes you get frustrated about cooking. Why is that so? Why is it a problem?
It is a problem because since we have gotten here in China, we haven't been eating a lot of their food. So where meat is concerned, we haven't had chicken since we got here, beef, we ate pork and oxtail, but that was from Metro, imported meat. We haven't had fish. So it's really, really difficult trying to make a menu actually of what are we going to eat tomorrow. So most of these things we don't eat. So we eat the vegetable, we eat the oxtail as I said before, and we totally cut the pork from our diet. So we're not having pork anymore. So it's just shrimp, the oxtail, vegetable. So it's difficult making a menu. What are we going to eat today? I don't know, maybe rice with some shrimp or
Rice and cabbage or
Right.
fritters or something.
So the menu is a little bit hard to come up with, like every day what you're gonna eat. In Jamaica, you would have your chicken, you would have your pork, you would have your beef, you would have your fish, you would have this, but so that's a problem here. So a lot of people would say, oh, you cope with China, or you cope with the food, but we don't eat the food actually. Most of what we eat here, they are imported apart from fruits and vegetables. So most are imported stuff that we get from Metro.
Alright, yeah, that's true. Alright, so a lot of people will say, well, you guys are the more fortunate ones. You guys have food in your house, you guys can go to supermarket with little or no restrictions and stuff like that. But what about the people in Wuhan? Because you have been reading daily, watching videos and everything of what is happening in Wuhan. So what about them where food is concerned?
I think in Wuhan it's a little bit different, but I read that they have food in the supermarkets and people are working relentlessly to get food and water there. But people are very scared to go outside, and you can just imagine, because just today I read that the death toll has risen. I can't remember.
Over 700, I think.
700, yeah.
It's over 700 people.
With
died.
60 people dead just only last night. So you can imagine that you would be scared to go out. And with people living there, like students, they are out of money. And going to the Western Unions right now, or going to the bank to send money, it's not even an option, because you wouldn't want to go to the bank right now to be in a crowded space. So maybe their family would be willing to send money, but how are they gonna get it? And maybe banks are closed, I'm not sure, and all these other financial institutions. But I think they have access to food. I spoke to a girl there just a few days ago or a week ago, and she said food is there in the supermarket, but it's just the difficulty going outside, because you don't know what will happen. And if you run out of money, then that's another problem or another issue.
Okay, wonderful. Right, so going into the questions, do you think the Jamaican government is doing sufficient to protect its people here in China as a whole?
I don't think the Jamaican government is doing enough for its people in China. Why I said that is because the last thing I heard was on Lisa Hanna's page when they were talking in Parliament. And the Minister of Health, Christopher Tufton, I think his name is, he was saying that it's better for us to stay here than to come home. I totally understand what he's saying, in the sense that Jamaica is not really prepared for such epidemic. But in other words, you don't say it, I don't think they should say it like that. What they should maybe say is that we will try to see how we can help these students. We can try to see how we can help our people on a whole. Because some people are here as teachers. You might say that they are not in need of anything. But yes, they are, because the girl that I spoke with, she lost her job just a month before this happened. And she's there without money. So how can the government help this girl, right? A lot of people on social media are saying that, oh, why are you not gone over there? Nobody never sent you over there. And all of these things. Nobody sent you anybody anywhere. People are just trying to make better for themselves wherever. And China is just an option, and then we proceed to come here, right? And I won't say I regret coming. It's just an unfortunate situation that could happen anywhere, right? So the government in saying that, oh, better you stay where you at. I don't think they're doing enough. They took names from people and I signed a paper. I don't know why I did, but even though no one has reached out to me to say, oh, your name is on the list. Your number is here, your email is here. Not even an email to say from the foreign affairs people here in Beijing. Not even
diplomats.
Not even to say, oh, your name is on the list. How are you coping? How are you doing? Other people, other countries, for example, UK, USA, Canada, they take their people from here. They go Australia, New Zealand, a lot of countries, over 40 I think to be exact. What our government said to us, stay where you are. They are doing enough? Absolutely not.
Anyways, I think you have done great in this interview. Thank you for your output or your input on whatever is happening here. How could we do this interview and we didn't say anything about it at Kyrie? Can you explain how your baby is living the past 2 weeks?
I was just about to mention him because I can't believe he's still around there allowing us to do this interview. He's just watching his video. I don't know what is happening today, but usually Kyrie would be here pulling on us to go to outside, but now he's so quiet in the back watching his video. He's so bored inside, and we have to try everything possible to keep him entertained. Bye. And here he comes. Alright, take care.
Yeah, this is the end of our interview. Kyrie, come here.
Say
Daddy, come here.
Bye. Thank you for watching.